Hi everyone, welcome to another Jazz Lines video. Thanks to everybody who left comments on the last video, giving feedback, asking questions, all really valuable stuff. If you have a question about the line we go through today, which is going to be over the turnaround at the end of a minor blues, leave them in the comment section. I'll get to every question and try and answer it as best I can. Before we get into the video today, I very briefly want to cover something that's been on my mind recently, and I don't know if people watching this will have seen, but I'm based in the UK and we've had some race riots occurring over the country in the past few days. Muslims and brown people being targeted, attacked, having their businesses burned down, mosques have been set on fire, hotels housing asylum seekers have been set on fire, people have been sadly killed. Well, the only thing I want to say about, talk about is something that this guy up here understood, Mr. John Coltrane. Something these guys understood. We got Thelonious Monk, Charlie Parker, Charlie Mingus. I don't know who's on drums. I think it might be Ray Haynes. Something that guy over there understood. That's a painting of Ahmad Jamal that my partner painted for me for my birthday. And what they understood was that jazz music, but also jazz music especially, is about love, peace, unity, freedom, freedom of expression, and is there to bring us together as brothers and sisters globally. So to all of my brothers and sisters out there, stay safe wherever you are, especially if you're in the UK. Stay safe, realize that there's more love than hate in the world, even though sometimes it doesn't feel that way. And stay strong, everyone. I really mean that. So, that out of the way, a depressing subject, but also an uplifting one to talk about. Let's get into the music. So, this is going to be over a minor blues, and like I said, the turnaround at the end of it. So we got A flat 7, G7, C minor 7. The line I've come up with is inspired by Jimmy Raney, or it might be Doug Raney, I'm not sure, on the album he did with his son, Doug Raney, called Stolen Moments, and it's on the track Stolen Moments, which has a head, but then the solo section is just over a minor blues form. So let's take a look at that Jimmy Raney line first. I'll explain his thinking, not that I'd want to speak for Jimmy Raney, the legend of bebop that is Jimmy Raney, but we'll try to analyze his thinking on the line, and then I will demonstrate the line I came up with that was inspired by that, and I'll explain how I go about sort of doing that and thinking about lines based on other musical material that I've listened to. So let's take a look at those. So there we have Jimmy Raney's line. Like I said, just on that. So, important thing, first thing, right at the gates to notice about what Jimmy Raney is playing, or Doug Raney, over that A flat 7 and why they're playing that. So, they start, I was going to say they because I don't know whose solo it was. They start on the sharp 11. Now, why is that so important to notice? It's because it's not a flat 5, and it's not just an outside note. Because this A flat 7 is a non-cycling dominant, really important vocabulary to know there, that means that it's not a part of a 2-5-1 or any other common chord change, which is cycling round to the 1. That A flat 7 there is cycling to the 1, it's moving to the 1. This A flat 7 is not doing that. It's just a part of a turnaround. It's non-cycling. The other case where this holds is in backdoor dominance and tritone subs, but we'll get into that in a different video. It's quite a lot to go into. So, what does that mean? Well, when you have a non-cycling dominant, it is Lydian dominant, which is exactly as it sounds. Lydian means major scale with sharp 11. Dominant means a major scale with a flat 7. So you add those together, you get an A flat scale with a sharp 11 and a flat 7. difference between the root and the sharp 11 is actually a tritone too, interestingly. I don't know if that's of any importance, but interesting to note nonetheless. If the A flat 7 was mixolydian, if it was cycling to the 1, then it's just a normal dominant, you only have your flat 7, and you can just treat it as any other dominant chord. So, what is Jimmy Raney doing here? Well, he's starting on that sharp 11, like we said, and he's got this just chromatic run, which then goes down to the major third, and then chromatically rises to the major third of the G, which is our next chord. Then what he's doing, we're on the G7 now, remember? So he's going from the 5th, dominant 7, root, sharp 9, and just chromatically falling back to that root and resolving to the minor third of the C minor 7. So let's play that real slow. Really great line to play on that turnaround there. You can add more turnarounds in after the C minor 7 after that, but basic minor blues form, really great line to take you into that last C minor 7 on the last 2 bars. My line is inspired by that, and let's take a look at it. So, what's going on in that line, and how is it inspired by the Jimmy Raney line? Well, obvious, first off the bat, starts the same, right? That sharp 11, starting on the Lydian dominant there. So, the way I've sort of gone about altering that line to make my own is, instead of a chromatic enclosure, we've gone for something slightly different. It's all the same until here, but instead of a chromatic rise, we've just anticipated the G half a beat early to enclose around that B there, which is a major third of G. So instead of this, we've got, and then the line starts to change a bit more from here. We get this is sort of just a very simple but kind of common thing you'll hear in gypsy jazz. We got a G7 flat 9. That's just a movement you'll hear quite a bit in gypsy jazz. So what we're doing is we go to that 5th of the G7, dominant 7 root, and then we're thinking about G7 flat 9 arpeggio. So we're going from the root, flat 9, major third, 5th, and we're just enclosing back around to the root on the C minor 7. So I'll play it real slow just to demonstrate. The end of that line, root, flat 9, major third, 5th, major third, half step up to the root of the C minor 7. Couple of brief answers to some questions I got. My right hand technique, I don't think I spoke about it before. It is sort of gypsy jazz inspired, I guess. Not consciously, but I make minor alterations to it quite a lot. I have quite an arch wrist. Let's see if I can sort of demonstrate it. My wrist is always like that, and I'm pretty much maintaining that motion most of the time. Even when I'm not hitting the strings, you'll see like someone like Frank Vignola do this. Hands always moving to sort of maintain that sense of rhythm, even when you're not playing. Although I do have quite a severely arched wrist when I play, more so than I used to. I used to play very flat and just move my whole arm up and down, which was pretty inefficient. That's why I moved it to more sort of wrist movement instead. I also use economy picking, so that means I sweep. I don't go up and down on every note. I've never been able to do that. I much prefer economy picking. I'll do a video on that another day. But anyway, if you have any questions about the line or anything else, leave it in the comments and I'll answer it. I'll leave a link to the brilliant Jimmy Raney and Doug Raney album too in the description for you guys to go check out. Any kind of content that you want me to do also, let me know. I'm open to doing anything. So like I've started that music recommendation thing as well, which I'll do some more of. Talked about that phenomenal Hannibal Marvin Peterson album. But yeah, so let me know if you'd like to see anything else other than that. Of course, the usual, subscribe if you haven't, share the video around. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, all of that good stuff. Really appreciate you guys watching. Peace and love to everybody out there. Stay safe, everybody, in these turbulent times. Remember, there's more love than hate in the world. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, wherever you are. We'll see you later.